Welcome to Hot Takes, where we talk about debatable topics. And today's debatable topic is going to be presented by Johnny. We're going to pull a card.
Today's hot take. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Absolutely. Absolutely not.
Yes.
No.
So the question stated the most important. Unlike Ryan, I know you enjoy breakfast.
I could eat breakfast all day long. I could eat breakfast, eat breakfast for lunch, breakfast for dinner, just all day.
Big breakfast guy.
Absolutely.
I don't think there's a lot of volume in breakfast. There's not a lot of things that you could eat. So I don't like breakfast because of what is available for breakfast. I like it because I don't even really like it. I do it because it is the most important meal of the day, because what you consume at that point in time is going to help you throughout the rest of the day. And when you eat dinner, although I love dinner, that's going to sit in your system through the nighttime and when you sleep. And I don't think that's the most important. I think the most important is prior to all of the engagement and activity that you do during the day, which would be breakfast. So I think it is the most important.
Wrong.
Why?
Okay.
There's actually starting to come with a lot of research on this right now that intermittent fasting actually is better for that. And so skipping breakfast and making lunch your first meal, there's a better short-term benefit on improved focus and long-term benefits when using intermittent fasting.
I
got
have
a question
I
for
have
you,
done
James.
intermittent fasting. Here's the problem with that. When you wake up in the morning and you go exercise, you don't consume before you exercise, you don't consume after you exercise, and you don't eat for extended periods of time. Now what happens?
So here's the caveat. I don't disagree with you. You probably need some sort of nutrition in the morning.
So breakfast.
No, not breakfast. Not like I don't like making eggs and bacon and all that stuff. Actually, you supplement it with like athletic greens or just say basically some kind of super
lacks
greens.
nutritional value.
What are you talking about? Lacks nutritional
Oh,
value?
it has 25 grams of protein. It has carbs. It has everything you need.
No,
after you
no,
actual exercise.
no. It doesn't have those things.
So it lacks
However,
nutritional value.
well, all right. Nutritional value. It's literally super greens. It's actually great for your gut health and all. Those
I
things.
take greens right.
I
in the
know you
morning.
do. I know you do.
And it's
So
great.
essentially, you get some sort of intake of nutrition, athletic greens. You get it so that way you can support you for the morning piece, but then you add all these improved focus and all that kind of stuff by doing the intermittent fasting and having your first meal later on in the day.
One
Yeah, but,
question.
you-
One question.
Good.
Intermittent fasting. So when you all have kids, you're going to have them intermittent fast and skip breakfast? No, you're going to fucking feed your kids in the morning so they have something to start their day.
That's different.
No, it's not. It's most
How old are we
important.
talking? How old are we talking? Are we talking
5,
5, 6,
8,
7?
10, 12?
I didn't eat breakfast when I grew up. When I was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. Like
Before school, you never ate anything. No fruit, no smoothie, no
preferred,
nothing.
to be honest, I preferred not to eat breakfast. I just was never a big breakfast guy. One, because, again, like the only breakfast items I liked was like bacon and sausage and all the bad stuff you probably shouldn't be
Delicious.
eating. Yeah, it's
but-
great. It's delicious. But for someone who has been on this fasting intermittent thing for, a year now, the 16-8 model works the best for me. I've also gone 20 hours without eating and whatnot. But to your point, I think breakfast in the morning is one of those things where it's just been programmed since we were young. Like when you go to the cafeteria, the got milk sign, like, yeah, get your healthy breakfast. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just don't necessarily believe it's the most important as we maybe say it does. And with some of the research, I think it's debatable.
I think that there's a direct correlation between your activity levels and the times that you should be consuming food. And if you are someone that wakes up and does nothing, then fine, intermittent fast, because you're not exerting energy and you're not losing any type of value by not consuming. But if you wake up and you hit the gym or you exercise and you're exerting energy and you're creating, basically your body is in dire need of nutritional value, then no, I think that is not the correct way. And I have done both. So I have tried to exercise and not consume on an intermittent fasting schedule and have felt like ass.
Okay, but wait. How I need to break this down a little bit here. Are you doing a big meal before you go wake up? Like I'm talking about an egg sandwich with grits and like all, or are you just having like a banana before you work out?
No, I'm not even talking. I don't eat anything before I work out. After I work out.
Okay, so you're looking for it afterwards.
Yes, after.
Okay,
which is still breakfast because it's 6:30 in the morning.
And it's not always a big meal, like you said. It could be a smoothie. It could be fruit. It could be
What
yogurt.
I do eat the same thing every day. Egg whites. Sometimes I'll mix in a protein like steak, and then I do a carb. Usually carbs are like breakfast potatoes or something like that. So basically eggs, babe, it's breakfast. I mean, it's eggs and a meat.
And it's delicious, baby.
And carb.
Well, the reason why I'm going on the focus thing for the intermittent fasting is because when you eat food, your body has to digest it. It's working hard to do that. It slows you down. It can get you a little lethargic. Yes, later on, it could have some benefits, but the focus portion, like to actually have attention, you don't need breakfast. And the hot take is on whether or not it's the most important. I think all meals are important. Whether you want to have breakfast or not does not mean that it's the most important thing, because there is research and successful testing on the fact that intermittent fasting does work. Food in general is necessary. Nutrition is necessary.
I would like to look at an activity schedule based off of intermittent fasting. And again, I've played both ends of these spectrums. But if you are intermittent fasting and you're consuming your largest portions of food at the end of the day, and your concern is that it's going to slow you down,
I eat
make
throughout
you
the
tired,
day, not the end of the day. Listen, I eat all the time. And don't get me wrong, like I'll eat breakfast. I will. I've noticed that intermittent fasting is better for my
When
productivity.
you eat breakfast, why do you eat breakfast?
Because I'm just fucking hungry.
Because it's the most
natural-
fucking important meal
No,
of
it's
the day,
a natural body response. I'm hungry.
When do you work out? Mornings or nights?
I've been doing mornings in the last 3 weeks.
So
I used to be a night
before
workout
and
guy,
after
though.
you work out in the mornings, you just consume nothing.
No, I said sometimes I'll eat. If I'm just overwhelmed with hunger, because I love food. I fucking love food. But again, it's not important to have it, is what I'm
Here's
trying to
also
say.
the difficulty. It is important to have it if you are exerting all of your energy into some activity when you first wake up. Unless you don't want your body to repair properly. If that's what you're after, then that's
Coffee
fine.
is part of breakfast.
Yeah.
You need
That's
coffee to survive in this
it.
world. Boom. Breakfast because of the coffee.
Is coffee breakfast? I don't know, because I
Yes,
drink
it
it all
is.
throughout the day.
But you start it with breakfast.
I don't know. Here's my thing. So if I go for a 5-mile run from 6 to 7 a.m., I don't need to eat until 12, 1 o'clock. But if I'm going on a longer run, or I know it's going to be a more intense workout, I'm probably going to be a lot hungrier after I get done with that workout. So like when I go run, 13 miles, let's say I hypothetically did that. Yeah, I want to get something in my system, but I don't know, man. I'm good till lunch, and I've done it, and I've had an increase in focus, stamina, and my energy level is up. When I'm eating major meals in the morning, I find myself throughout the day being very sluggish. And again, I'm just one person. What works for me might not work for everybody, but
Fair.
to say it's the most important meal, debatable.
My guy.
Which is why we're doing it.
My guy.
When
It's
you say-
not important.
I would also
It
like
is
to
important.
Study me, Kenny, for
just
a
to,
week.
just to come back at me and say what I said, the opposite is not a
If
good
you
fucking
skip
argument.
breakfast, you're hungrier earlier, so you're just going to move lunch up to like 11 or
We're not-
11:30.
I'm not-
That's basically still
Hunger,
breakfast.
hunger is a natural body response, period. Right? You can be hungry. And I think what your point is, Kenny, is that it depends on what kind of exercise you do. If I go for a walk and do a quick little kettlebell thing, basically a HIIT workout, I don't need substance after the fact. Now, if I am doing a big squat day and I have really just torn down my muscles, yes, food can help with that recovery process. And I'm actually not as lethargic when I eat breakfast during that period of time. But again, it's not important.
I think
It's
you
not
have
a
to
necessity.
you have to look at the facts of what the consumption of micro and macronutrients do to your body after exerting energy.
I fucking hate that you have a
I
science
agree.
background.
I love
He's
that.
educated, baby.
I love that.
Look. Here's
I'm
my
learning
thought.
about this right now.
Johnny, I am not. I agree with you. I can go on a 45-minute run. Perfect. I'm not hungry. But is that going to be providing my body with the best results post activity? Probably not. I think that your body does need. No, I know that your body does need some type of nutrients to help your body recover from the large amount of activity after. So does consuming any type of food, is it important? It's important. Is it needed? No, it's not needed, but it is important. That's the key.
So
How can something be important but not needed? Please elaborate on that.
When I say that the division between needed and important would be that it's not required. It's important. You should do it. It's important. Needed would be more of a requirement. It has to be done. That's kind of what I'm saying.
Well,
Because of his
here's-
science.
Which is a
also-
perfect division between Johnny's issue. Is it important? Is it should he do it? I think he should. Yes. Is it required? No, it's not required. He didn't die after he just went for a run. So
I don't know. It's worked for me. I also don't digest eggs and milk the best, so that's why
That's fair.
we use Tums.
Tums.
But so we're split here.
No,
2-2.
Here's what's most important.
What's up, man?
What's most important is what Ty thinks.
Yeah. So how about this, Ty? Is breakfast the most important meal of the day?
You know, as someone who really loves most every type of breakfast food, I don't think it's the most important.
Let's go.
I think it's a
it's
it's a psyop. It's by Big Milk pushing breakfast.
Yes.
By
There you go,
Big
Ty.
Milk?
Ty.
What are you pushing the agenda, Ty? What the
Ty?
hell's that?
Ty, did you just give me a W?
James got his first
I got my
W.
first W.
he's just feeling bad.
He is feeling.
He's feeling bad for James. So he's just giving a W there.
I don't eat breakfast most days, and I feel like that you not that you don't need energy if you're working out, but you have some calories in there from the day before. You'll live. You don't need it.
We love it, Ty.
Fuck you, Ty.
Throw it on the scoreboard, James.
It's a myth. And this proves it's been busted.
False. We're gonna do a MythBusters version.
Busted.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's a wrap. We don't know.
What? do you guys eat breakfast? Let us know.
Yeah.
And
let
do you
us
think
know.
it's the most
Let us know
important
your
meal of the
input.
day? You let us know.